Target food section, and what we're going to do is we're going to browse the aisles for genetically modified foods.
Target, and the next thing we're going to do is go to an all-natural market. We're going to compare the ingredients and prices to those that we just found at Target.
So now we're going to look at what we got from both stores, and we're going to analyze the ingredients that are genetically modified first, and then we're going to leave the prices and the comparison of the prices for last. So the first things we picked up was cereal, just simple Captain Crunch Crunch Berries, and its genetically modified ingredient is corn syrup. Corn syrup is popular amongst most grocery store foods. It's in over 75% of foods in markets. And it's made from basically processing corn and breaking down the starches and enzymes and all that kind of stuff. The next thing we picked up was Campbell's tomato soup, and of course the genetically modified ingredient in it is tomatoes. Tomatoes are made insect and virus free. Also, they're enriched with lycopene, which you usually see on the back of the bottle of Heinz ketchup, and they're also made with folic acid. I picked up a pack of ballpark beef franks, and the main ingredient in them is corn syrup from before. Another thing that I found out that was in it that wasn't actually in the ingredients was soy protein. Soy is the #1 genetically modified crop, even higher than corn. It's in almost everything. And another thing it has in it is it's enriched with ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, but that's the name on the back of it. Scientists put that in there, and they also they add in glutamine for flavor. The next thing I picked up was some Uncle Ben's long grain white rice, and scientists make rice fungus resistant, herbicide resistant, and insect resistant. Folic acid is also enriched in it, vitamin B9. Main thing though that makes a genetically modified food is that its starch composition is changed. The next thing I picked up was Pepperidge Farm wheat bread. Most people think that out of everything in the market, bread is the one thing that's fine. It's wheat, it's grain, there can't be anything wrong with it. But it is genetically modified. It's in the flour additives, like corn syrup, soybean oil. Also the enzymes, there are enzymes added to it to make the dough process easier. Next thing I picked up was some whole milk. Soy milk has soybeans in it, but the whole milk that I picked up was it's still genetically modified because cows are injected with the hormone RBST, or it's also known as RBGH, which stands for recombinant bovine growth hormone, and it's just made to make the cows produce more milk. That's all. Next up is canola oil. Canola oil is purely genetically modified. It's made from the rapeseed plant, or the rapeseed plant. I'm not pretty sure of the pronunciation. The rapeseed plant was produced in the 1960s by scientists. A few years later, scientists they removed toxins and acids from it that were harmful to humans and people, and they processed it into canola oil. At Trader Joe's, I mirrored the same products I got from Target with the exception of a few. Of course, I didn't find any Captain Crunch berries at Trader Joe's, but what I did find was Fruity O's, and all of their ingredients are pure, even down to their cane syrup, which is a substitute for corn syrup. I couldn't find canola oil, but I did find sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is made from just pure sunflower. Actually, the ingredient on the back is just sunflower oil. So I found some white basmati rice, in substitute for the Uncle Ben's long grain white rice that I talked about before. And the ingredients just say, again, one word answer: white basmati rice. So for the whole milk, they had a variety of seals on the front label. For example, the first one said USDA organic approved, and under that was a label that said, our farmers have pledged to not treat their cows with RBST. And then under that is another disclaimer which says that it's been scientifically proven that there's no true difference between cow milk treated with RBST and cows not treated with RBST. If there's no difference, then why are regular grocery stores adding it to milk? It's kind of weird. I couldn't find hot dogs. I'm thinking that that's because there's so many additives and genetically modified ingredients needed to make hot dogs, that to process hot dogs, that it wasn't even there. I'm not sure about that. I didn't find tomato soup, but I found creamy tomato soup. Yeah, the list of ingredients, it said organic flour, organic tomatoes, organic this, and I didn't know what organic meant, and I didn't like these one-word ingredients that were coming up from the rice and the ingredients from before. So I researched Trader Joe's website, and they said that when things are organic, or for example, the tomatoes were not, they didn't have any genetically modified additives, but instead on the farm they were just sprayed with herbicides and pesticides to, rid of weeds and like bugs and stuff. So one thing that I found in Target was chicken breast, and I also looked at it in Trader Joe's, but I didn't get enough information from there. So I went on the website again, the Trader Joe's website, and they said that their chickens on their farms are cage-free, which means that I guess they get more nutrition and they get to exercise and create lean meat, whereas in regular grocery stores, their chickens on their farms are held in tight spaces, and they don't get that enough exercise, and they don't get fed as much nutritious food. So I think that's the main difference. So I found bread, and the bread that I found, it says it has pure non-GMO ingredients, so I'm guessing that the wheat was also sprayed with pesticides rather than being fortified with insect repellent genes and herb resistant genes and rodent resistant genes. And so now that we're done with the products, let's get into the prices. I found that the most significant difference in prices from Trader Joe's and Target were that Target's prices were a little bit lower. So when I researched that, I found that was because organic plants take more work. For example, organic farmers, they hand weed and they also add their pesticides and stuff by hand. So that's going to take more work. Organic farmers, they have to pay a cost to certify their food as organic. To top it all off, organic farmers, they're more traditional. Well, they are traditional. So they have to go by the regular weather patterns. They have to go by the harvesting season and stuff. And they don't have GMOs, which are bred to adapt to certain climates and stuff. So they run a greater risk of losing part or all of their crop for that year. So I guess with the risk, they hike the price up a little bit. With GMOs, it was way more simple. Like, it was just simple supply and demand. GMOs create a bigger supply. They create a bigger quantity of food or the crop. And then they have the same demand as, well, there's the same demand for organic food, or just food in general, which makes the price lower. So what I learned from this was that GMOs are everywhere in grocery stores, and it's really hard to detect them unless you go and analyze the ingredients, which most people don't do. The second thing I basically found out were that not only were GMOs less expensive, but I also learned the process and why they are less expensive and why organic is more. So yeah, this is my creative piece.